You know what tonight is. Tonight is the night I give you your weekly dose of fright and horror as we enter the world of Blackenedhills and Dorian Scribesman as he makes his way across the world of Exterior, trying to save it. Will he? Or will it end in sadness? SMA, how you doing? Welcome into the show. We're going to wait for just a few more people, and then we're going to jump on in and start the reading. Thank you for the like, everybody. Welcome in, Nightshade. First to like, Scald. Skull. All right. Bubba, what's up, brother? All right. Oh, yeah, second to like, man. There you go, brother. My Timmy, I changed my name. Oh, okay. What's up, man? Oh, yeah, it was awesome, Nightshade. It was so incredible talking to your parents. You know, they seem like great people. They really, really do. Anyway, so why don't we go on ahead and get one more scald ready as I get ready to scare you out of your skin with Blackenedhills the Scribesmans Journal. As we start out at page 18, just a little bit before we left off. Okay, I'll let you get your water bottle filled out. Oh yeah, she told me Nightshade, but don't worry, we're going to leave that out the chat. We got all that covered though. We're just waiting on my Jin, honestly, to get here is who I'm waiting on. Oh yeah. So guys, let's get ready for me to scare you out of your skin. This is going to be fun. One more good skull. All right. So guys, I hope everybody's had a wonderful day. Now's the time I get to be creepy. All right, let's do this. So, we were waiting for a few others to show up. Yo, what's up, Superior Aviation? I'm gonna crank the power of this light up just a tad bit. Kittens can be that way. Cats have a tendency to be their own owners. Yes, you are, Bubba. Welcome into the family. All right, guys. Are y'all ready for this Blackenedhills reading? Let's jump straight into it. His bottom lip was large and red as blood. His shoulders were so broad he could have turned sideways just to enter the door. He was barrel-chested, with enough muscle to take on a bear. His hands were as wide as basketballs, with fingers the size of bananas, and looked as hard and as powerful as a 9-pound hammer. He was all of 7 feet tall. I was sure he could kill me with his bare hands in an instant. The bulge showing beneath his jacket made it all apparent that he had other ways to end me. I see. So either way, I'm dead by the end of this day. Hang on. Yeah, I see. Either way, I'm dead by the end of the day. And this Lord you speak of, it's not human. This I know. I looked behind me, seeing my only way out was the window. The third story window. The fall wouldn't kill me unless I landed on my head, but I doubt I would be doing much running after. However, going with these men meant a horrible death at the fangs and claws of whatever that thing is down in that pit, and an end that I definitely wouldn't wish on anyone, not even my worst enemy, except for maybe Soulless Black. So here I am, making split-second decisions to die by jumping out the window or die by being fed to some horrible monster that thinks it's a god. Your decision, sir. His lordship is waiting. His grin widened, revealing black and brown teeth, with bits of chewed food stuck between them. It wouldn't surprise me if he was a cannibal, too. The big guy ducked to get in the door. That was my chance to run. I took off at full speed, straight for the window. I held my bag in front of my face and leapt for the window as hard as I could. The old man screamed something, but I didn't understand it. I didn't understand what he said over the sound of the window shattering and my own heart jumping out of my chest. In that short time, all I could think is that I'm sorry, grandfather. I failed. That I just found out that he wasn't crazy. How I just discovered that I do have a destiny, and that the creator of our world has chose me to tell the world about him, to bring back his glory. Yet here, I was falling to what can only lead to my death. The fall seemed to take forever, but it was over as soon as the thought crossed my mind. I landed hard. Something cracked and snapped. Pain shot straight to my head. Something cracked and was broken, and I knew it. I remembered the old man and his brute. I looked around, searching for anything, for them. Just as I found the front door, they came out with 3 more men. I tried to jump to my feet, but came crashing down. I was facing the town square when I saw 2 more men riding in on a pair of motorcycle hogs. Damn it, I was screwed. How was I going to fight off these people? How was I going to fight off these people? 2 of the old man's men ran up to me. They lifted me off the ground. One shouted to the other to stop the men on the motorcycles. As he did this, I saw his hand suddenly empty as one of the men on the motorcycles steadied his pistol for another shot. The other man, who had my right arm, began to run with me in tow. I saw the mammoth man rush to the old man into the hotel as fast as he could. As a hail of gunfire rang out, the man on my arm was rushing me towards a van. I knew that if I entered that van, it would take a miracle to get me out of it. All I wanted was to find my grandfather's killer. Creator, please, if you're real and you need me to save and to find my grandfather's killer. Creator, please, if you're really listening, I need you to save me, please. I can't believe it. No sooner did I think that than the doors of that van opened, and one of the bikers greeted my captor with the barrel of a shotgun. The first thing I noticed was the patch. Trapped in the words, Brothers of the Band of the Weird, was the mark of the Creator. My heart shot. My heart soared. Top of the morning, lad. He smiled wide and pulled the trigger, putting a cantaloupe-sized hole through the man's chest. He dropped to the ground, taking me with him. Looks like you could use a handyman. He reached down and helped me to my feet. All right, lad. Get in the damn van. We haven't got all day. He bellowed as he slung me into the back of the van. Now, hold on, son. This might get a little hairy. By the way, name's Elkin Weird. He rammed the gas, and as he tried another shell of the passenger window, the 2 men on the motorcycles threw a pair of Molotov cocktails into the windows of the hotel before revving up and hauling ass as they were riding up behind the van. One waved to me as I looked into the window. All I could think of was to wave back. One said something to the other. They had a quick conversation, seemed to laugh and give me a okay sign. Them's my brothers. The one in the green and silver bike is Jamie. The one in the red and blue and gold bike, now that's Orville. Together, we're the Brothers Weird. At your service. Now hold on. They called in the cavalry, by the way. You got some real balls jumping out that window. Not much for brains, but one heck of a set of huevos. As he was talking, I could see 4 pickup trucks filled with armed men carrying pistols and hunting rifles. Seeing this, I felt my heart sink in my chest, that my life was truly in deep peril, that I may die. My knees started to shake, and I even pissed my pants. I actually pissed my pants. All I could think of was, oh God, help me through this. Tears welled up in my eyes. I saw my life go by in a flash as a bullet crashed through the window, brought me back to reality. Fuck, that was close. Buggers are a decent shot. He chuckled. How could he be laughing now? These men wanted to kill us. I mean, shooting me is bad. Stabbing me to death is worse. But to be fed to that thing is way worse. That is what terrifies me the most. Another round flying through the window, shattering the passenger headrest. Stay down, bud. It's much safer that way. Oh shit! Bang! He loosed a shell through one of the holes in the window. The 2 behind us sped up to intersect the trucks. They were cutting us off. Get 'em, boys! Woohoo! Yeah! He fired another shell as Jamie let loose a volley out of what looked to be a fully automatic hand pistol. The first truck window spidered as blood covered the inside of the glass. Bullseye, baby! Screamed Elkin. The truck careened towards a ditch. The men in the bed of the truck immediately got a look of panic on their face. One jumped out only to be ran over by one of the other trucks following. The other was catapulted through the side windows of a bank. Human bodies were never meant to impact a wall like that, or at those speeds. Those in the cab didn't fare any better. The large pickup rolled into the ditch, slamming into the opposite side, sending the truck straight into the air. One of the men came halfway through the window on impact. When the truck flipped into the air, he flew out in the truck cab and flew straight into the path of the same truck that hit the other man. That's when I noticed the man was way too small to be a grown human, unless he was a midget. The truck made contact, and this body was pulled under the truck. By the Creator, that was a child. Was that thing so vile it would not only eat children, but use them to kill as well? Hey, hop along. Can you shoot? Hey, dumbass! I shook my head, snapping back to reality. What? No, I've never fired a gun in my life. I'm a writer and a historian. I broke my ankle. What is going on here? Who are you people? I sounded as pitiful and pathetic, like a small, frail child. I was embarrassed and angry at myself. The Creator chose me for a reason. That reason wasn't to just sit here and cry like a child while I die like a dog. I told you, lad, we're the Brothers Weird. Soldiers against the black ones. Warriors in the service of the Creator. And here to save your prophet ass. He swerved to avoid one of the trucks coming at us. He plowed through a person's yard. Prophet? The confusion spread across my face. The confusion spreading across my face was enough to make Elkin laugh. Bullets came flying in through the window of the side door, directly above my head, glass raining on my head. I covered it, and from under my arms, I noticed a bag sitting close to my left. Sticking out of the unzipped duffel was the stock of a pistol grip of an assault rifle. I grabbed the stock of the weapon, and despite the pain, I got to my knees and knelt down in the kneeling position. I brought the gun up and seeing the back of one of the trucks, there was only 3 men standing there. I took aim and pulled the trigger. The gun spat its fire and metal. One of the men dropped to the bed, while the middle man took to the chest and fell off the bed of the truck. The man behind him fell out of the back as the one I shot dropped to his knees, and the other one, I realized Elkin had fired. Nice shot, lad. His brothers came alongside us. One shot the tires of the other truck, and then the final truck, he shot the driver. The trucks began to lose control. As soon as his brothers were out of the way, Elkin rammed the van into a barricade standing in our way, sending the horrible cult people and their death trucks careening into a concrete divider. The back window shattered while a sharp pain now shot down my arm. I turned and let loose a volley. I didn't know if I hit anyone or not. I looked at my arm. Blood welled up and poured from the fresh bullet wound. It hurt so bad. 2 more fresh rounds. These to the back door. I dragged myself to the back door and looked out the corner of the window. Another truck was closing in. This time, fast. I shoved the barrel of the weapon out of the window, aimed at the cab, and squeezed the trigger. The sounds of screeching tires and crunching metal as it slammed into a guardrail was all I needed. The pain, it was intolerable as I was getting dizzy. I refused to pass out this damn time. I was going to bite this time. I would not just roll over and die. I was frantically looking for the fourth truck, or for another truck. When I found it, I wish I had. Just as I saw another truck, it slammed into the side of the van. I felt the world spin and saw the van roll. My head came down hard, 5 times in a row. On the 5th impact, I once again lost consciousness. The brothers Weird. Elkin Weird, Jamie Weird, and Orville Weird. Day 14, 14th of Calvary. I awoke in a bushcraft shelter of some sort. I could smell earth and pine or spruce of some sort. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah. Pine or spruce of some sort. To have been so crude looking, it was surprisingly comfortable. There was a wooden bowl and a spoon sitting beside me. I didn't find out till later on that the food in it was something called pemmican. Whatever it was good, really good. Outside, I could hear men talking. I finished up the food and headed outside, climbing out the mouth of the shelter. I almost felt like I had just walked into another time. The 3 Weird brothers were sitting around a fire. Jamie was the first to notice me. Hey, there he is. How's the head? That's one hell of a goose egg you got there on the forehead. He appeared to be a young man of about 25. Long, dirty blonde hair ran down his back almost to the middle of his shoulders. He wore a black t-shirt and a leather jacket with the most intricate way I've ever seen the creator's mark displayed on the back of his jacket. His eyes were bright green, almost impossibly so. His jeans were torn at the knees. The boots he wore had chains and buckles hanging from them, and like hardware store rodeo cowboy. A long knife stuck from the top of his right boot, while a large caliber pistol stuck on his hip from the same side. Come on, man, sit on down right here. Elkin slapped a stool up. Elkin slapped a stood-up log for a seat. You want a beer? I gladly sat down and took the wooden pint that was handed to me and got to know my new allies. Elkin, who normally was called Gator, was a burly man with a beard and shoulder-length hair. He was 33 years old of age and had a warm kindness to him He wore a long sword on his hip and a sawed-off lever-action rifle on the opposite side. His vest was covered with patches and repairs. His arms were covered in wounds, while at the top, where the arms met the shoulders, was the Creator's mark. Sorry, my shuck's moving the camera. Yeah, I threw him in there. I threw that in there. His right arm was covered in wounds, while the top of the arm where the top of it where the arm meets the shoulder was the Creator's mark. His hair was wild and his eyes were bright blue. His skin had a deep copper tone, a major contrast to his younger brother, whose skin is like porcelain. The two informed me that Orville and a fourth weird were out hunting at the moment, but would return. When they get here, we will be making a plan to escape the town. At the moment, we are hiding out in a part of the woods that the locals avoid for some reason. I wouldn't find out why till much later, that they had a reason why. That, however, is a story for another time. After a few hours of drinking, eating, and conversation, the last two weirds showed up. One was an average build and look. His eyes, though, they showed a sadness and pain that looked to me like the sheer weight of the world would crush. Like the sheer weight of the world would crush most men. He had a bald head and looked middle-aged. The other brother was massive, over 6 feet tall, and looked like he was pushing 300 pounds. His long hair and beard almost gave him a maned look. He was armed to the teeth. A rifle and bearded axe crossed his back, along with several knives and pistols strapped all over him. "What's up, brother? Who's this guy?" the larger of the two asked. "That's the Scribesman," said Elkin Weird. "Wait, the Scribesman? Why the hell didn't you say so in the first place?" "I just did," said Elkin. The look on his face was one of shock and awe. Did these people know something about me? I don't. It's like I'm famous, but I've never even left my woods before now. How could they know anything about me? This whole thing with the town and that monster and visions, I have to get to the bottom of this. I must be careful. I still don't know how I feel. I still don't know how I feel about them yet. Whether or not they can be trusted, I'll play along for now. If my experience at the motel has taught me anything, it's nothing is what it seems. Okay, what is so important about me? And just because my last name is Scribesman doesn't mean I'm the only one. The two stopped bickering and looked at me. They looked at each other and then back at the bigger one walking over, grabbing a beer, and after opening it, let out a long sigh. "You're chosen, buddy. Always have been. Your family have always been keepers of our history, the history of all X-Tier. That's why you're the Scribesman," he said as he lit a joint. "You and your family are the key to stopping him. And by him, I mean Soulless Black." "Wait, I'm the key? How did my family become so important? And how am I supposed to stop Soulless?" "Wait, what do you mean?" I asked, unable to hide my confusion. "Your family has documented the history of our world from the earliest known times. This isn't the first time Soulless has attacked, although he was supposed to have been completely destroyed last time. Ourselves and a few others have been looking for the answers to truly destroy him forever. To do this, we need to learn how our ancestors defeated him so long ago. So we need the book that your family has been keeping since the dawn of time. The Book of X-Tier." And you think I have it? We hoped you did, but judging by your reaction, you don't. Elkin looked to the bald, weird brother. Let's just hope that your info is right. The other brother never even looked up from his table while answering him. It's accurate. His focus was totally on whatever he was looking at. Geek's never wrong, and Oliver's organization is the largest collection of archives knowledge in all of X tier. If they say that it's true, then it is. He sat down at the table and got a drink. If he's lost, all right, hang on. If he's lost it, then we are still okay. He says as he sat back, looking at me. When I looked down, I realized that sitting upon his wrist appeared to be a small, tiny computer. And he appeared to be the hacker of the group. Written on the back of this tiny wrist comm was the word geek. Well, only you can read the book, he says. Oh, wait, why is that, I asked, too nervous to let slip that Solus already had the book. Well, only you can read the book. Your bloodline is the only people who can read that book forever. Your ancestors cast a spell on that book so that it would never fall into the wrong hands. Sorry, guys, temporary break. I got to take and go get my medication. Move, Shuck. Move, move, move. Move, my shucker puppers. Alrighty, guys. How's everybody doing so far? Is everybody liking the book? You know, did Jin Jin ever show up, guys? I still haven't seen her. Hang on. No, I haven't seen Jin Jin. So, no, I haven't got the backstory on Tylaria worked out yet, Nightshade. But let me take my meds real quick. All right. Well, first, let's get the medications, and then we'll get the drink. Priorities. Oh no, my thing don't go. There it is. All right, guys. There's the pills. There's the, oh, too much. There's the drink. I just did that like a dingleberry. Hi, baby. Hi, my Jin Jin. I was hoping you were here. I was just trying to pay attention. I just guess I didn't catch any of them. Dasher, how you doing? Rock's still trying to eat everybody. All right, guys. We're going to get back into this. All right? Let's see. Where were we at? Oh, yeah. Well, only you can read the book. Your bloodline is the only people who can read it. Your ancestors cast a spell on the book so that it would never fall into the wrong hands. The bigger of the weird brothers loudly slammed a fresh clip into his assault rifle. So if you don't have the book, then who does? I looked at him and said, I don't know. He's lying. He knows where it is, and he knows where it is and too cowardly to tell us. How did he know that I was lying? I hope he only guessed. The way he handles that rifle, I knew that he could and would kill me. That won't matter anyways. Even if they knew that Solus had the book, what could they do about it? It was locked in Blackenedhills Tower. Look, I don't know where the book is. All I know is I came home to find my grandfather dead, my house ransacked. Then I was thrown into all this destiny shit and monsters controlling towns and strangers saving me, and now an interrogation. So forgive me for not being in the damn loop. A phone rang as the bald weird answered. So Albert never told you about your past or your family. Elkin looked down as he opens another beer. That's too bad. We sure could use someone who knew the book like Albert did. But you will have to do, as he pointed towards me, looking stern as steel. And I'm sure that if we have found you, then Solus knows about you too. And believe me, he will be after you. I looked at Elkin. Why does he want me? What does he want with me? Why does he want me? Elkin looked at me and got a look that could chill the blood of a very demon. To awaken the greatest threat to all of X-Tier, the Heartbroken, the biggest of the brothers, says while cleaning one of the last 9 pistols laid before him. Even the Creator cannot kill it. If he summons the Heartbroken, then all of this will fall to oblivion. And the way to wake him up, I say, looking confused, is through the Book of X-Tier, I asked. Yes, that's why Solus Black wants you so bad. And that book, with the two in his possession, he wins, and all us lose. Orville comes out of one of the tents, holding me a drink. Story time is over. Oliver wants to see him. Pronto. The bald brother closed his phone and looks at all of us. The elders want a word with the scribesman. No words could describe how nervous and scared those words made me feel. Day 16 of Caldoria. Who is Oliver? And what elders? Who are these people? Well, scribesman, you may not have wanted this and don't understand what exactly you're involved in, but you're up to your neck. Elkin looked down into the fire, almost trance-like. Just to clean things up, we are fighting for, or just to clear things up, we are fighting for the fate of the universe. I know it sounds like a cliche, but it's the truth. If Solus gets his way, the Heartbroken will ravage the land, and all will die. Even the gods will die. We need you, and all the knowledge that is stored within that bloodline of yours. You are our last chance to stop him and his army. The look that Elkin gave me was one of pleading and sadness. I knew he wasn't lying. He really is trying to save us all. I looked around at all the weird brothers. They all carried the same sadness and pain. Orville spoke up and jarred me from my thoughts. So will you help us? I took another couple of moments to look around once more, this time really looking. As I did, the brothers turned to head to the van and prep for our trip. Their vested bodies all lined up, The Creator's seal that dominated the back of their leather vests seemed to almost glow. I stared in awe as Elkin raised his hand to the skies for a passing bluebird to land on his hand. My eyes widened in shock. It was the same bluebird as in my vision. The little avian nuzzled Elkin's nose, then looked right at me. In that instant, I could swear I saw its eyes shine the most radiant green I've ever seen. In that instant, I heard a voice. The same time I first heard his voice, the voice of the Creator. Or just like the same time I first heard his voice, the voice of the Creator. Trust them, my son, for they are your brothers. Go meet with my elders. Read the signs and put an end to my evil side. Stop Soulless Black. They will guide you. I felt my heart skip a beat. Guys, the Weird Brothers all turned in unison. I'm in. A smile spread across their face, and for the first time across mine. Since Grandpa died, it was a genuine smile. Hell yeah, welcome to the family, bro, Orville screams. I'll get a comlink set ready for you, Jester spoke. Can you shoot? Mastodon asked. Elkin looked at me with true kindness in his eyes. Now he might just have a chance. Well, Grandpa, I might not know what I'm doing, or even have a clue where to start, but I do know this. I feel like I can trust these guys with their help. With their help, maybe one day I can finish this. I leave in the morning to meet this council the brothers spoke of. Maybe they will have more answers for me. Either way, I will do all I can to make you proud and to help the Creator. I still have very little idea on how I could be the key to stopping Soulless. I do know this. I've been chosen and I will not stop. The decision has been made. I'm a rebel now in a war I didn't even know was going on. Who is this Oliver as well? Jamie told me he is a great warrior in the cause. Apparently, if anyone could kill Soulless, it's him. For now, I will rest. Tomorrow, I become a soldier. Wherever you are, Grandpa, good night. I miss you. May you find peace in High Apex. I still have to find the man whose name helps you to walk. P.S. Avoid Harmon Hollow. At all cost, the town is lost to darkness. Weird Brothers frequency 117. Connection between Pastor Gentry and Soulless Black. Look into this. 17th of Caldoria. And then, guys, just for a quick little reference, the seal that was on the back of the brothers' jackets, I haven't inked it in, so I haven't cleaned it up yet, but this is just the basic concept for it. No, the Caden. We're still together. Me and Jin Jin will never break up. Ain't that right, Jin Jin? We gonna stay together forever. All right. It didn't take us very long to get on the road. A few hours of packing and shuffling things around, and we were on our way. I was told to ride with Orville since we had the armored transport. I would never have known that this van was damn near a tank. The way things sounded, he had a long trip ahead of us. I wondered if the brothers are expecting trouble, and that's why they had me riding in what could easily be seen as a poor man's APC. We have been on the road for almost 3 hours now, and this time I've had time to reflect on what I was told about my part in this madness. If what the Weird Brothers is saying is true, then I am the key to ending Soulless Black's reign forever. I still don't know or understand completely. How could I be so important, and why is it that Grandpa kept all this from me? Is all Exeter really in my hands? How is a book going to stop something that I'm sure has been around for hundreds of years? Is it magic? Does it contain some spell or potion recipe? Maybe it's an incantation that will banish him to a cruel realm of demons. Whatever it is, I can't let Solus figure it out, or let the Weird Brothers find out that Solus already has the tome, the very book that the Creator himself charged my family with writing. That explains why I suddenly started writing. I'm still very nervous to be going before this council. As far as I know, secret societies are never a good thing. Orville assured me that I can trust them. I still don't know if I can trust anyone anymore. By the Creator, I wish you were still here with me. I could really use your advice and guidance, Grandfather. I feel so lost and confused. Maybe I will get the answers I seek from the council of this sanctum. We will see. Till then, I can only hope that I can figure all this out before it is all too late and Solus Black has his way with the universe. Look for all the info on the Knights of the Holy Rose Sanctum. Wait, maybe they're the ones Grandpa and the birds spoke of. Info on this Mr. Oliver needs more intel before background check is possible. Look up more records on Pastor Gentry. Find connection to Solus Black, 18th of Caldoria. Now, here's where it gets trippy, guys. How did this happen? One moment I closed my eyes, and then the next thing I know, I was in this room. That damned room. I'm still in Harmon Hollow. What happened? I remember the brothers. I remember everything that happened. Okay. For the door, it was locked from the outside again. The knob was even different. What the fuck? Did any of, sorry for the language, but that's how I wrote it. Did any of the things I remember even happen? Are the Weird Brothers even real? I tried the window. Damn things can't even open. Weirder still, I swear I saw people just standing around in one spot. I swear that I recognized at least a few of them. It's hard to tell. They look so pale and emaciated. They really spooked me. They seemed to be singing something. I can't make out what they are saying. It's like the only thing I can hear is that this here is in this fucking room. Things only got weirder when I tried to break the window. I took a candle holder from the bedstand and threw it with all my might. The window shattered without a sound and reconstructed itself as soon as it broke. The candle holder, however, went flying into the street, clattering against the cobblestones. It gave me an instant idea. Dangerous and insane as it may be, jumping out of the window might just work. My only problem is the idea of being cut all to bits doesn't appeal to me, and that the three-story fall does not seem very good. I remember in my vision about breaking my ankle and did not want to repeat the process. I spent what felt like hours pacing and thinking. The sun should have been up by now. Yet outside is black and moonless and starless, a night sky as dark as pitch. The sky was as molasses and not a cloud to be seen. I paced even more for longer, still no change in the weather, although I couldn't help but think I saw something change in the people. It looks like four people are missing from earlier. It I have to be it has to be that thing. I saw that monster. I went back over all my supplies for the 100th time. Nothing but furniture, clothing, bedding, and myself. If only I had a flak jacket or a fire blanket. Wait, the bedding and the furniture. I have my plan now. If I can just figure out how to make this work, I will it will be risky, but I'm sure they have no other choice. I believe it's going to work here. Two, I'm going to believe it's going to work here too. It's all the hope I have. I hope this works. Of course, we have some supplies written down here and a few other things. Why is the sky black? What is wrong with the people in the town? Look into the runes and spells, older the better. This is the true 18th to 19th of Caldori. He's confused, guys. My plan worked, sort of. I messed up my ankle again. Bad. I used the mattress and slammed through the window, setting myself free. If only I hadn't landed on my ankle, it would have been flawless. It would have never hurt me. Karma or luck just isn't on my side now. It scared the absolute crap out of me. That's not the important part, though. It's the people here. They keep mumbling something with this dead glazed eyes. I think it has something to do with that damn tune or chant that's echoing through the town. They're almost zombie-like, with skin like translucent paper thin tissue. I walked through the town, trying to find someone, anyone. My empty stomach and parched lips only added to my desperation. After hours of looking, I found a barrel of water. It was stagnant and smelled so foul as I found a pot and used it to throw up in. I used one of the wood-burning stoves in all the houses to boil what was left. Just yesterday, this town looked modern, but now it looks like the town has never changed in 100 years. The houses, if you could call them that, still have wooden shakes on them. I boiled the water for a good while. When it cooled down, I drank. I almost puked. The taste was foul and fetid, like a molded ashtray. I looked around the house for food and supplies. I didn't find much more than a little rope and some oil. I managed to find a hatchet, however. I heard something outside, so I hid myself and peered out a hole in the wall. Upon watching what I saw of those spellbound people walk up the street towards the church, what I saw when the doors opened made my blood run ice cold. Pastor Gentry stood there. The townsfolk were folks were gagged. They were presented to Gentry. Oh wait, hang on. I saw where the doors opened, Pastor Gentry stood there. The townsfolk were dragging what looked like a couple towards the door. Bound and gagged, they were presented to Gentry. The man didn't look a day over 40, but I knew he was much older than that. That damn chant grew far louder and downright painful in the instant the doors opened. I could see the altar from my vision. It was only after the doors closed that the smell hit the air. Even through the wall, I could smell the cloud of rot heading my way. I clapped my hand over my mouth so not to gag. I have to find a way out, and soon. I'll rest here for a while, staying hidden. The loft looks like my best bet. I hope to sleep though. I doubt I will. That damn racket outside, does it ever stop? And does Gentry ever age? And what spell is placed upon this town? How is Gentry alive? The skies are still dark. No food. I must leave ASAP. Make the noise stop. 19th or 20th of Caldoria. Oh, your internet's messing up? Sorry about that. Let me check something here. How's that now? Is everybody's chat okay? Can everybody hear me? All right, all good. Who all still left? We got Nightshade. We got Sir Fly. Is Jinjin still in here? Okay. So, we're going to go on ahead and get going. This place is absolute hell. It reeks. It's terrifying and freaky. I passed a window on a dilapidated shack of a house. Inside, I saw a table in a horrendous state that wasn't the worst of it. On the table, I saw a family sitting down for dinner, except that the children were sitting upon the table eating the remains of their mother. She still had a smile upon her face, like she died in pure ecstasy. I have got to find a counselor after this. I saw worse as I snuck through the city, even a man feeding his own testicles to a dog. The worst was a young woman. She looked pregnant until she happily lifted her shirt to show me. Rats, fucking rats, came out of a massive wound on her belly. She smiled, saying, "Aren't they beautiful?" I vomited on the spot, all over her. She acted like I had given her the greatest compliment ever, smiling and eating the stuff, saying I was so kind. I ran as fast as I could, but I still seemed to circle back to the town square and that damn church. I'm taking refuge in what I think is a water pump shed. It's cold and dark and smells of sewer, but it's safe, I think. I just wish that the noise of the pump will drown out that stupid chant. I'm starting to wonder if that chant that I'm hearing is what has driven this town mad. Even the animals are being affected by the chant. The birds who fly into the town soon begin plucking their own feathers mercilessly, only to peck out their guts moments later. Corpses upon corpses line the town, round alleys and roofs. Hell, they're everywhere. Children riddled with filth and disease scoop them up and eat them greedily. My ankle is still killing me. All I can hope is that it's not broken. I found a little food, nothing much, just some mixed vegetables. I heated up my meal on a bed of coals. On a bed of coals. I got started. Good thing I never got rid of my lighter after I quit smoking. After all I've seen, I just hope that I can sleep. Why do no insects feed on the dead birds? I wish the Weird Brothers were here. Why can't I leave? The sky is still dark. 20th to 21st of Caldoria. I woke up cold, filthy, and pissed. Once again, I am still stuck in this damned town. I stepped out of the shack I was sleeping in, only to witness a woman standing outside the shack. She looked lost until she called out a name. That's when I noticed she was one of the people I saw carried to the church. She must have gotten away. I was about to approach her and trying to, when those children came from every direction. She screamed and trying to run, realized that she was surrounded. The children began to laugh like lunatics. She was screaming at them to go away. They moved slowly closer, some laughing, some chanting. Useless after useless weapon she grabbed, throwing La la la, Gentry gonna grab ya. La la la. Throwing everything she could grab in all directions. The terror on her face was absolute. Those that aren't laughing are constantly chanting louder and louder. La la la, Gentry gonna grab ya. La la la. One of the children that was attacking her leapt forward. Die and rot for stew in a pot. For dream lord's sake, you leave here not. Die and rot. She screams out these words. As the woman sobs, the girl that jumped to the head of the mob began to laugh uncontrollably. This made the woman's state of panic get even worse. At this point, I tried to get to the children's attention, but they closed in tighter and tighter. My pleas for them to look my way fell on deaf ears. Before I could finish my second chain of cuss words, they were on her. Nothing to do now but watch and hide. I could see her through the mass of little savage bodies. The sound the woman made, I will never forget. The screams of that woman. The insane laughter of the children. The agonizing, terrifying screams. When the children cleared my field of vision, they had cut her arms and legs all the way through, placing crudely made rope into the wounds. She was trying to fight back, but the ropes ran through her jaw and breast. Almost as if it was magic, Gentry stepped out of the shadows. I watched helplessly as she was led by those ropes and the children who seemed to work for Gentry. I'm going to follow them, see what I can find out. What did he do to the children? Is magic real? Oh gods, she's being pulled by her intestines too. They headed to the church. 21st to 22nd of Caledonia. I didn't get 50 yards from the chapel when the woman screamed as if she had never screamed again. I tried to get closer, but the children wouldn't let me. It was then I noticed their clothing was crudely made out of human skin. And I ran. It's also not all the children who work for Gentry. I learned this from a young boy named Harley. As I was about to approach a window and look within the chapel, when Harley stopped me. You don't want to do that, mister, he said with fear in his eyes. She's done for. And if you go after her, you'll be done for too, sir. He told me, and that he knew of a safe house nearby with more people like me who had escaped Gentry's hold and the psychotic children he controls. I didn't believe him at first, till another boy leapt on him from above. They struggled for a moment. The other kid, foaming at the mouth, his eyes were blood red with a pale blue iris, wide and full of madness and fury. The child bore a nasty-looking handmade bone weapon. It looked like a comma made of ragged bone and shards of metal. Harley wasted no time in ramming a pocket knife deep into his neck, pulling it straight out, leaving a massive gash. The child died gurgling and laughing in his own pain. I chose to follow Harley after that. No, I sit in an old train car. Know that I sit in an old train car with about 24 people, only 3 adults, including myself. After a short interrogation, I convinced them of who I was. They, in turn, told me their plan. They intended to attack the church, but the children insist they know a way out. For now, we all decide to sleep it all over. It's strange what they are, They are literally many adults. One more hiding. I was told anyone bears a brand with his symbol. That gentry. Oh, hang on. Whoa, I lost somewhere. I got lost somewhere, guys. Hold on. It's strange when I look at these children. They are anything but what they are. They are literally many adults. One more thing I was told. Anyone bears a brand with this symbol. These are the symbols, guys. Apparently, they work for whatever it is that Gentry has become, or if he works for Soulless Black or not. Either way, I think I will go with the children when we escape. The plan seems to be the safest plan to go with. For now, I will simply have to sleep. What is the meaning of these symbols? Can I trust these people? 22nd to 23rd of Caldoria. All right, guys. It's officially hit an hour. I think we're going to stop right here. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, guys, that is Harmon Hollow and how it really is. And just a little twist that I threw in at the beginning of the book. So what did you guys think? Is it getting good? We're going to hang out for just a short amount of time here, and we're going to have some fun real fast, guys. First, we're going to get a good drink. Let's see. We're going to take you and mark our spot. Come on now. There we go. We're going to take this and mark our spot. Oh, that was so cool. Creepy and scary. Hey, bud. What's up, Jessica and Kurt? Loved it. Jessica and I are both here, brother. All right. Is my Jin still in here? So, yeah, it's supposed to be creepy. The parts with the rats got my stomach churning. Oh, yeah. That gave you goosebumps? Awesome. That's part of the reason why I said I'm writing a horror novel, guys. That was just Harmon Hollow. That's just the beginning of the book. So eventually we're going to hit the slow part in the middle, and then we're going to hit some serious stuff at the end when we reach the climax, whenever Dorian Scribesman and Oliver and the Brothers Weird face the Strigoi. So I hope that you guys will stay around long enough for me to finish it out. I sent over a document via email, so then it's easier to keep up with our... Oh, okay, thank you. It made your heart race? Really? That's kind of cool to hear. I mean, was that in a bad way or in a good way? Because some people don't like being scared. A good scald to finishing what I hope will one day be a good book. You've been investing the whole time. Nice. Oh, yeah, you missed a little bit of the story, Cass. In a good way. Awesome. Oh, you're all good there, Nightshade. I didn't see it, honestly. I was reading the book. But I didn't see y'all's comments. I'm going to go back and read them afterwards. But honestly, I'm glad that y'all are enjoying the story. I at least know a few people's going to buy my book. But yeah, well, that's why I said Blackenedhills is not for children, and guys, what he experiences in Harmon Hollow is, nice to see that. Awesome. But where do you come up with this stuff? That's what I was about to say, Nightshade. Guys, what I just described through Harmon Hollow is how it is for me sometimes when I'm hallucinating. There's nothing actually going on, but I see horrible things. And Harmon Hollow is basically a rendering of my hallucinations and my voices that I hear most of the time. But there's always light at the end of the tunnel. And you guys have started to make the hallucinations that I do see more beautiful, more Exterion-like, and less voidling. You know, so that's actually where I come up with it. Yes, I wrote this entire story by hand. This is Blackenedhills. I'm 100 and some odd pages in. You can see there's all my handwriting right there. And I'm illustrating it in the process. So you even got a language. And I'm just going to go on ahead and throw up this stuff right here. Oh, I like Nebula's backstory. That was nice. And yes, I wrote all that. That's there's 125 pages so far. If you include the illustrations, it's 180 something. I've got some of my illustrations here, so I'll show you guys real quick. Well, that one not so great. This is the Strigoi. This is one of the villains from my book. This is not necessarily a villain, but it is a creature within my world. I call him a lake guardian. Of course, the famous tall deer. And we have others to come. I like Nebula's backstory. You know, I really did. All right, let's get rid of the green screen, guys. Ooh, this might be cool, though. Spooky. So Nebula is the princess of the galaxy of dusk. I like it. Jessica is so much like you. Oh, okay, that's cool. She just said she would like to read the book. Thank you, Jessica. Hell, drive on up here to Beaumont Colony and say hi, you know? And I'll let you read the whole thing. You know, you'll get a before view before everybody else. Just let me know when you're on your way up here. You know, you can get my email address, guys. Nightshade or Jin, one of the two, because both of y'all have it. Well, one of y'all drop my email address for us here so that anybody who wants to get in contact with me actually can. But guys, I'm glad y'all enjoyed the book. These readings and more people coming in and enjoying it are actually, you know, encouraging me to write more, you know, guys, because eventually y'all are going to catch up to me, and I can't let that happen. So we're going to have to keep on writing, guys. But I thank y'all all so much for loving it. Hi, chat. I'm at work and taking a potty break. Wanted to drop a like and just say I hope y'all are happy and safe this Sunday night. All right, Gems. It's good to seeing you. You missed Blackenedhills, but you can catch it next Sunday. Come on down, man. Did it come up? Did what come up? Did what come up there, Nightshade? Oh, and guys, guess what? I've got to speak with not only Nightshades, but Bubba Tori's parents. So we have full permission for both Bubba and Nightshade to be a part of the Knights. So welcome in. And honestly, Nightshade, you're our first female Australian. Actually, you're our first Australian Knight. Period. Did you talk about vampires at all tonight? Not vampires yet. I was talking about something a little different, guys. It's called the Dream Eater. And give me just a second, and I'll show you what it looks like. You guys, being my fans, are going to get a sneak preview of an illustration that hasn't been put in the book yet. Why? Because Harmon Hollow is going to be a book to itself when they finally get to bring it down. Harmon Hollow is just something he's got to escape right now. But eventually they're going to take the city down. So I actually drew the Dream Eater. Oh, I know, but Subject 14, I don't think he wants to be part of the Knights yet. I haven't seen him in a while. You know, I hope he shows back up. You know, I miss his Aussie butt. All right. Here we go, guys. So, let's show y'all the Dream Eater, shall we? All right. Wrong direction. Gotta go back this way. Okay. I'll eventually find him. Give me a second. Give me just. There he is. There he is. All right, guys. Y'all are going to get a sneak peek of book 2 of Blackenedhills right now. All right? Hi, Subject 14. What's up, brother? I didn't realize you was here. All righty, man. I missed you. All right. So guess what, guys? I'm about to give y'all a sneak peek of the main villain from the next book, everyone, which is going to be the purification of Harmon Hollow. Guys, this is what controls Harmon Hollow. This is what Gentry is using to control everything. And yes, it sings a hypnotic song at all times. Oh, your computer broke? Oh, I got you. But yeah, this is what will be faced in the second book. And for everyone else out there, this here is the heartbroken. This is who Soulless Black is trying to resurrect. So yeah, guys, there you go. Y'all have y'all's official sneak peek of the second, third, and possibly final book. Thank you, guys. You know, all of them are getting set up. So Nightshade, please forgive me if it takes some time for us to correlate on that novel. But I got a lot going on. Anyway, guys. So is my Jin still in here? Did Jin go to bed? Let's see, where's she at? Where my Jin? Ooh, it's been a minute. Yeah, is my Jin still here? It's Jessica. What you doing, Jessica? What's up? You know, yeah, it's good to Subject 14, Nightshade. Y'all get to talking. You know. So yeah, Jessica, what's up? Where's I'm wondering if my Jin's still in here. Thank you, Cass. Been a long time, you know, learning how to do this. And these are all things I see, guys. These are things that talk to me. You know, that's why I draw the way I do. Aussies unite! So now we have 2 Knights of the Holy Rose Sanctum stationed in Australia. So yeah, guys, it's been an amazing night. Crazy thing, I've painted creatures that look just like the ones you've drawn. Oh, wow. Yeah, I think she fell asleep, Subject. You might be right. Uh, let's see if you've drawn something that looks like this guy. This is one of my personal favorites. It's weird calling something that terrifies me a favorite, but I've kind of grown used to them over the time. They're almost like friends now. But this is my personal favorite one. That is a Voidling Hunter. That was so hard to draw. But yeah, that's my personal favorite one as far as sketches. That is a Voidling Hunter and the Faceless. Nice. Thank you guys. You know, it's always wonderful to have y'all in here. Thank you so much. You know, I'm going to be adding more art onto my page and stuff like that. I'm just trying not to, you know, show y'all too much too soon. You know, guys. And I'm loving the fact that y'all always have enjoyed the book. Y'all have all enjoyed the artwork. You know, I'm enjoying the fact that y'all are all happy to be back in the show, guys. So I hope to catch y'all all here again next time. But we're going to go on ahead and call it quits here, guys. It's been an hour and 16 minutes. And I still got to go and get myself a little bit of, well, as you Aussies would say, some tucker. You know, so some tucker. So we gonna go get that. And, you know, I hope you guys all have a wonderful night. You know, Nightshade, I'm probably going to message you probably tomorrow so I can think about the story and everything like that. You know, you got to give me some time. But we'll see you all next time right here on my channel. This is strictly for the Aussies. See you, mate. But we'll see you all next time here. Remember, see it from a swamp, laid it from a gator. Love you, mama. Love you, papa. Love yourself. Be kind. Always find a way to help, guys. So, we'll check you all next time here on a Sunday night Blackenedhills reading. Farewell, everybody.